today. Okay, I'm Marlene Foster with the Empower Division. And
Okay.
just want to start by introducing today's spotlight guest, Danielle, Asah. And she's here with me today. And I know that you've seen a little bit already about what, actually who she represents and everything, because I've already shared and put one of her posts out, and you can see also, she's been interviewing. Her interview was spectacular. And what I really enjoy most about Danielle is this: I'm writing a book, and I'm co-authoring with two nonprofits. And so when I read her background, you can imagine how excited became, because she's now getting ready to publish her second co-authored book in December. And I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to reading her book, and I would like to recommend that you do so too. Welcome, Danielle. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marlon, first off, for the invitation, because I'm just so honored, to share my experience and share everything with you. Like you said, we do have so much in common, like an author, like someone who is passionate about helping other people to become the best version of themselves. So that's about me. I'm an author and I'm a business owner, and I help other businesses and entrepreneurs to build their brands and stand out as authorities in their niche. And I also work with a team of young people. And my goal is always to encourage them and tell them we can do more than this. We can always deliver more than what we are actually delivering. There is so much value in what we do. And my mission is always to make sure that I tell, like, sometimes we have some task at work at hand with my team, and they are like, no, this is too difficult. But I always tell them we are capable. We are more than capable of delivering this. It's yeah. So that's about me, and I'm from Cameroon, Central Africa. And yeah. Thank you so much, Nalen. Thank you.
Danielle, you know what? I got to ask you about you. You quoted something during the interview that you had with Brent, and I love this, and I've got to bring it up today. And you said that because marketing and branding, okay, that's your focus. And so you said marketing is like asking someone out on a date, and you said, and branding is giving them the reason to accept it. And I said, oh, good. Can you elaborate on that for me? I loved it. Oh, that's so clever.
Yes, absolutely. It's marketing. It's about communicating your values, your strengths, and it's about building trust. Because once there is trust, someone can easily connect with you. Someone can do business with you. And there's this very popular quote I like so much. It's uh, 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 about Gordon. Have you ever heard about Gordon? He said, when people love you, they will listen to you. But when they trust you, they will do business with you. So it's in the
Mm.
same line with branding. It's about building that trust, making people trust you to, first of all, by starting them, making them to first love you, and then come to a point where they can trust you. Once they trust you now, they can easily do business with you, because no one will do business with someone that he doesn't trust. So personal branding, that's about personal brand. That's about branding, which is building that trust by communicating your values, your vulnerability. And let me tell you this. One thing I've noticed, whether it's about marketing or anything in life, is about being vulnerable. Once you're vulnerable, people will feel like you're a trustworthy person and they should do business. And I would say always keep everything real. No matter what you're doing in life, make sure that it is real, because people don't like fake people, and there is no same person like you. So you have to be yourself and not try to be like any other person. No matter how popular they are, try to build a brand around your values, your belief, and what really makes you smile and you're passionate about. So branding, it's like you said, marketing is like asking someone for a date and branding is a reason they will say yes. And that's about, because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, our main objective is to sell and add more value. So we want to get more people that can say yes to our services, yes to our product, and we can for us to better grow. So yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, Danielle, look, give us an example of, in your opinion, trust and how you would implement maybe marketing and branding that would lead to trust. Could you give us an example of what you mean by that?
Yes. So, yes. So when I'm working with customers, my main objective is to build that trust. First of all, I want to build a relationship. But at the end of the day, I want that trust to exist. So I have been in a situation where I wasn't capable of delivering value or the services as promised to my customers. But just for the fact that they trusted in me, they were able to understand, because maybe I had some major challenges and I couldn't deliver the service. So when there is trust now, somebody like Jeremy Blaine, one of my first white clients in the UK, and I featured on his show. That was last year, and at the end of the day, maybe after the show, he said, "I think I need your services." Because I took some time to explain to him my values and he trusted in me. Maybe there's power in words, but it's just being sincere and honest with people and being real, like, telling people the truth. Some people believe that marketing is about telling people, like, doing everything possible, use all techniques, all strategies possible to sell. But it's not just about selling, it's about adding value. When you constantly add value, which can be through the post you create, which can be like trying to help someone. I have helped people without asking anything in return. Now, when they see the value, they can now pay me even more than what I require. Yes. So it's about, now when it comes to marketing, when it comes to the social media activities and selling online, you want to make sure that you're constantly sharing content about your expertise and with the main objective of adding value, of helping other people out there. Now, when you get to that point that you keep sharing and sharing, people will definitely identify you as a top-notch leader in your niche. And they will get back to you with trust that you will be able to deliver the service. This can be maybe posting about a client that was satisfied, posting about everything, but you have one objective in mind, to create value, and people will recognize you for that value and they will come to you for the services. Most of the time, I don't even sell, but just because they see me constantly posting and sharing my knowledge, they begin to trust in my skills and about the reviews, the recommendations that people are making, right? That people are giving me. It's create that trust, and they recognize me as an expert or a professional, even though I don't like the word expert.
Danielle, tell us about your first book and what's the story behind that? What story would you say you could share with us that actually impact you to write your first book? And what's the title of that book?
Yeah, so my book is Becoming Your Dream Self, 7 Keys to Own and Control Your Life as a Millennial. And I wrote it in 2020. I was during the pandemic. So the main objective, and I've always told myself that if I have to start with writing a book, it should be a book, a transformational book, and it should be focused on young people. Though my book is for millennials, but it's also for anybody that is struggling through life. Because 12 years, last 10 years back, like in 2020, I almost dropped out of school. And that was after I have graduated from college, basically because my parents did not have money to send me to school. But I had to leave, and I had this passion to tell my story. And I never want to tell a story that did not resonate. So I knew that I needed to do everything possible in order to become the person I've always wanted to be, to work hard. And back then, I started doing door-to-door sales. I started teaching like little children in my neighborhood, and I started working in some companies. So I became now an let's say an entrepreneur right back then. And all that because I was struggling and I was trying hard so that I can be able to go to the university, because that was also one of my dreams, and tell a story that resonates. So my book, it as its title, Becoming Your Dream Self, is just my story of how I became the person I am today. Back then, it was a dream for me to become who I am today, and I'm happy about it. Now, 7 keys to own and control your life as a millennial. So in there, I share my 7 keys. The 7 keys, the exact 7 keys, the exact keys I use in order to become the person I am today. And just an insight, I would say the first thing I had to work on was my mindset, because I understood that all happened in the mind. It's about your mindset. What are you talking? What are you thinking about? What are you saying to yourself, even when you are facing all these challenges? So I had to change the way I talk, the way I used to think, the things I used to say about myself or say to myself. So change my mindset. The second thing was about my attitude, my behavior. How do I behave about what people, the society are throwing at me? What are they saying? Do I allow the inner voice, the outer voice, to silence the inner voice? And the inner voice here is about what I've been telling myself, my goals. Do I like what people say? Because we live in a community where, when you are 20, no, when you are 30, when you are 25, you're not married, it becomes a problem. And when you are a lady, it's even become a bigger problem, because back then I remember when I was about graduating, when I graduated from college, there was an option which was getting married. Then, yes, I wanted to get married, but I said to myself, I'm still young. If I get married, then I'm going to go through the same pattern as my parents. But I don't just want to get married and have kids, but I also want to have kids, have a passion. I want to live my dream, which is setting up my own business, being a mentor. It's still possible. I'm not saying that it's not possible if you get married, but I haven't even found myself. I haven't discovered what my purpose is. So I needed to know about myself, see what my dream is, see what I'm called to do, what my purpose is. And yeah, so my book is just around there. It's about, I spoke about the relationship, how building relationship like you, how much that helped me in order to start my own business, do whatever I'm doing today. Like, I'm in Cameroon, but I'm connecting with someone in the US, right? I'm connecting with people in Canada, I'm connecting with people in the UK and all over. It's about relationship. So I understood that, and I spoke about the relationship. I spoke about the people I've met in the past that have really helped me and that are still helping me in my objective or my goal in becoming my dream self. I spoke about divine direction. Like, if you're a Christian, you definitely know about divine direction. Like, God is guiding you through, like, at a certain time. I don't know whatever your religion is, but I believe in God that we have that who is us. So it's first of all about identifying who you are and what your purpose is on earth. Because I remember after having everything, after obtaining my master's degree, I was still confused. Like, I didn't know what my purpose is. So I had to find my purpose. I had to now start going through in the path of my purpose by meeting new people, by learning new skills and all that. So that's what I speak about. That's what I discuss in the book. And another thing is that we have a lot of, I really wanted to write to these young people, because we are in a, yeah, we, we, we are in a situation where, I mean, the young people of nowadays are confused because of the internet, maybe because of the internet, because of the environment, because of what is happening around. And most of them tend to focus on only on education, forgetting about other aspects of life like career, marriage, and all that. So in my book, I also walk them through the step-by-step process on how not just to focus on building, like going to one class to the other, like academically improving yourself and growing, but also about improving yourself professionally and as a person. So yeah, so that's it about my book. And anybody that is going through financial challenges, um, or the financial professional challenges, any type of challenges as a young person, basically for young people, yeah, you can read my book and you find it extremely helpful. And I remember someone told me like 2 weeks ago that, oh my God, when I was reading your book, Daniel, I felt like the book, and the man should be in his 40s. So he said to me, I felt like the book was speaking directly to me because I'm sharing from a point of experience. And it's a transformational book. So I wrote the book with the objective of helping people, right, who have been like, let's say the older version of myself. Yeah.
But Danielle, I'm just, you know what, when I can imagine, like you said, when your readers were saying that she felt as if she were there, a part of the book, you made it so relatable. And when you think about transformation, don't you think of maybe something that there are? I know because I'm much older than you are. There are stages of it. It's like you're in one stage of a transformation, and in a few years later, you'll see that it's time to move on to another one, and then another, and then another. And as you were saying in your book, with about relationships and about your mindset, and also some people put education, you're right, above, want to put it above everything, and you can't. You have to balance. You've got to balance, what you do. You got to balance it all. And so, yeah, transformation, I agree. And it definitely, I tell you, comes in stages. And I wanted to ask you about the book that you have out right now, your second book that's out, that you have out.
Yeah, so after I've written that book in 2020, I had to join this organization, which is World Game Changer. It's based in the UK. It's a UK-based organization with people all over the world. And it's about sharing love, about prosperity, peace, and about helping people to grow, like personally, and helping communities around you. And so in last year, we had a book, like we're writing a book, like members of the organization. So I wrote a chapter in the book, and it was about now it's time to believe in it now. So that was my chapter where I share about um, there not being a right time for you to start doing whatever you have planned of. It is always it's the time now. So I share about my personal experience, how I got started, how I decided that it's time for me to start now and not to wait when I'm in the 40s or 50s. Yes. So I spoke about my journey as well in that chapter. I spoke about what gave the courage I had in order to begin, right? Being a young girl in Africa. Sometimes it's challenging, but how do you do to stand out from other people and be a model, be a motivation to others? And the second book, which is yet to be published on the 1st of December 2022, I wrote about building your best brand. Like I spoke about the importance of building a brand in there, and I share my experience about how in 2 years a consistent, I was able to build a consistent brand. And I shared about my experience because I remember in 2020, when I was still building my brand, I got in contact with one guy. No, in 2019, sorry, I came into contact when I was still applying for a job. So I got on LinkedIn, and there is one guy, like a CEO. He was based in Germany. So he contacted me that he wanted a digital marketer for his business. So when I sent my resume, he said to me I wasn't qualified enough to do that job. So I tried to convince him that even though I'm not that qualified, I don't yet have the experience, but I'm willing and I know that I'm going to do it. So and he said no, I'm not the best candidate for this job. So after 2 years of consistently building my brand, it was less than 1 year, it was less than 2 years. Like after 1.5 years of consistently building my brand, he got back to me, and he never just wanted me to be the digital marketer. So he wanted me to be the co-founder of his organization. Then I knew that building your brand is very important. So in the book, I just share about my experience on how I built my brand, and in less than 2 years, I was able to get contacts from people like you to feature on their show and to connect with other people around the world. Yeah.
Wow. See, in the end, incredible. I mean, incredible. And I did watch your interview with Brent, which was truly amazing. Danielle, I have to admit, I did. I said, and I read the script, and then I went back and listened. So it was just that empowering, for me. I'm just that I did because I really wanted to really connect with you today, and I was so impressed with what I heard, that you're doing. I'm just impressed. But I gotta ask you this: I'm co-authoring with nonprofits. How has that actually helped within your business? How has that actually impact what you're doing right now, working alongside of nonprofits?
Okay, so the question is, how has it helped? Like, I didn't get it well, so I think I missed it, Marlon.
Okay, the nonprofit, because I know you have nonprofits who are co-authors in your book, and I'm writing a book myself that has nonprofits, and I just wanted to know how, what type of interaction, or how has the nonprofits influenced you in your writing? Has it been any type of, that's what I'm wondering, the kind of relationship you have with them, with the nonprofits that you work with? Because there's some who are in your book, correct?
Yes, yes. So so far we've been just connecting online, and they contacted me online, like, can I join the organization to represent my country, Cameroon? And I was like, how did these people find me? So I was very amazed and grateful that it happened. And so we've been having some meetings, like I share with them my story, my experience, and how it is in Cameroon, like, for setting a business, how it has been so far, with what I'm doing. And they found, like, okay, I have a lot to offer. And they always look for ways to help me to grow better, like by providing opportunities, platform where I can share my story, where I can share my experience in order to help more people all around the world. And I would say it's been great because they are so compassionate people.
Hmm.
They are so loving and caring, always
Yeah.
looking for a way to support if there's any way. And yeah, it's been a great experience being with this organization so far. Yeah.
That's wonderful, Danielle. Remember I told you how I connect with you? I have two who will be spotlighted this month, and they have already been spotlight guests of mine already. And I was so impressed with them, and the network was really taken with them. And now we're getting ready. And guess what? Just a week ago, and I know this had to be God, I was asking them, what could I do to help them to further, their mission, it's in Africa. And you know what? God said, write a book. I said, oh, you mean I'll write a book and just maybe talk about their stories? Mm-mm, co-author. I said, I've been wanting to co-author you. He said, I know. And they're going to be your first, they are your first, the first opportunity you have to co-author, and it's coming up for me. And right after that, I met you. See, and now I can talk with you and connect with you and to see what your experience has been in that area. And it's such a pleasure to have you here, on my show. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. I just
Yeah.
want to, yeah, I'm very, very pleased, Danielle.
I can see the joy in both our eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
But I wanted to just ask you if you we're at the right at the end right now of the spotlight today. But I wanted to ask if there was anything further you'd like to say to to our guests about your books, about your venture right now. If you'd like to take just a moment and just talk, just kind of express yourself there before we end.
Yes. So, as usual, I would like to first of all thank my audience as usual, and thank you for your support because it's we've just met less than a week ago, and I say it's a lot of value sharing with you. It's a lot of value, and it's been extremely helpful. Like I would say, no matter what you're going through in life, I believe that there is always a way out. There is always a way out. And oh my God.
And and Danielle, let me tell you, just let us know. Like I said, keep in contact. We will, and you can just let me know about about your book and how everything's going, there. And I see that you, honey, I know how it is. You're kind of busy right now, but look, I want to thank you again for being here with me. And I'm looking forward to everybody's excitement when they do see the spotlight today, from you. Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you. Yeah, but thank you again.
Oh, thank you so much, Marlene. I'm so honored. And I would say anybody who wants to read the book, my book is found on Amazon. So you can go get there. You can also connect with me if you want to read my posts on a daily basis. If you want me to help you in any way, if you want to build your brand or you want to stand out as an authority in your niche, please do reach out to me on my social media as Danielle Asah Mantho, basically on LinkedIn or Facebook and any other platform, and I'll be very happy to support in any way. Thank you so much, Marlon. It was
Oh,
such
thank
an
you. And thank
honor.
you, Danielle. Thank you so, so very much. And I wish you the very, very best.